organization is on the grand scale, with 40 miles of palisading alone. As the first results come through, a Brazier is again in the lead, with Barra driving. While the leading Hotchkiss has broken a wheel on the first lap. Lancia, the hope of Italy, comes in. A keen singer, he is said to detect a false note in an engine as easily as in one of his favorite Wagnerian scores. The entire radiator seems to be out of harmony today. The Italas are also off tune. And it is Sitz who takes the lead for France with a Renault. Braziers are second and third. The heat is becoming subtropical, but already the French lead is overwhelming. The first day's racing is more than halfway through when Leblanc finishes rebuilding his wheel with spokes borrowed, it is said, not only from his wheels, but even from other competitors. This is becoming a real test of physical endurance. The fine particles of dust combine with a dust-laying liquid to hurt the driver's eyes so severely that several can hardly see the road and have to retire. Just before midday, the waiting crowd see the leader come in. In first place, Sitz, the ex-mechanic. And second, the youngest competitor, Albert Clément. Next morning, the race is continued. Sitz leads comfortably, but the complete French victory crumbles as the Italian driver Felice Nazzaro takes second place. Young Albert's in trouble. He has to change tires on fixed wheels, whereas the Fiats and Renaults have detachable rims. Sitz's car is not only fast, but he can change a tire in 2 minutes, compared with up to 15 minutes of this. Poor Albert Clément is dropping further and further behind the Italian Fiat. The wooden road, specially built to skirt the town of St. Calais, is tricky. Shepherd, an American amateur, was fourth. Albert's back, trying to catch the Fiat, while a Brazier is now fourth. The American is out. Another wire wheel has collapsed, and there just don't seem to be enough spokes left on any of the others. Today, no one can catch the Renault, and Sitz waves to the crowd as he drives on with a lead of over 30 minutes on Nazzaro. The first Grand Prix is in every way a success for France. The Renault wins, while Nazzaro's second place for Italy in the Fiat gives a pleasant international flavor. There is a new racing star, an ex-racing mechanic. The professionals are moving in. Germany counters the successful French Grand Prix by putting all her imperial splendor behind a race of her own, the Kaiser Prix. A large number of people still have little apparent idea of the danger involved, which is a big problem on these long circuits. Many who should know better still turn their back on the motor car's rapid progress. This time, Germany has drawn up regulations on her terms, excluding the large French and Italian Grand Prix cars. All the same, there is a strong competition from abroad, and for half the 300-mile race, a Belgian Piep leads. Then, on the very last lap, Felice Nazzaro comes through to win on his red Italian Fiat. The unlucky Belgian finds that he is now nearly 5 minutes behind. Germany can do no better than third. The race is not repeated. The Kaiser presents the prizes. not only to the drivers and to the designers, but also to the directors of the companies involved. Right on top of this comes the French Grand Prix at Dieppe. The weight limit was dangerous, and the organizers have hit on a depressingly sensible formula, a limit on fuel consumption. It's all done most carefully. But motor racing is spectacular, particularly with flamboyant characters in the German and Italian teams, with the hard-driving Lancia, and that most brilliant new star of all, Felice Nazzaro, the son of a Turin coal merchant who is said to handle a car like a violin. To economize the limited fuel, cars are started at the last moment, and several are in trouble. As soon as the race is on, all thoughts of careful, economical driving are forgotten. The new formula hasn't had much effect. 2 drivers have been killed in practice on these giant lightweights. One of them, young Albert Clement. Many drivers are finding the new circuit difficult. Racing encourages new and experimental cars, but this veteran Cobrambier is in her 5th season. It is not a Mercedes year. And the Braziers now seem to be outclassed. Italy has taken the lead. It's Wagner on a Fiat, and he's overdone it. His lead was less than 7 seconds over Duré's French Lorraine Dietrich. Bablo on a Brazier is trying hard. But Renault is touched by the Brazier. Bablo has bent the front axle, but the car is drivable. It's a Lorraine Dietrich leading for France, but Lancia's Fiat is only seconds behind. Felice Nazzaro, with a gentlemanly salute, is 3rd. The speed of this car is understandable. Like several others, they're finding the detachable rims too detachable. Racing has become tougher and more professional, but it's still usually friendly. It's traditional to try and finish, even after losing 2.5 hours. With a fabulous drive on the Lorraine Dietrich, Duré still leads for France. But the pace is now telling on Lancia's Fiat. French cars are 2nd and 3rd. With only 2 laps to go, Duré's out. And first place has been taken for Italy by Felice Nazzaro on his Fiat. Felice, the winner of the Kaiser Prize, wins the French Grand Prix.